But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. See you in a moment. All right, we are live. We are live. We are here on this day. And man, this is what it means to have your boys back. This is what it means to have your boys back. This is a Father's Day podcast talking about a son's love. This is Talk It Over with Timo. This does not have anything to do with me. This is all Talk It Over with Timo. And we're looking at a son's love. And what I'm going to do is going to bring Tim in, and he's in total control of all of this, y'all. Total control. And so without further ado, I'm going to be quiet for a minute until he brings me in. And I'm going to do as my wife says, scoot back. Scoot back, y'all. So we're about to do this here on today. We about to bring my man Timo in to join us on the stream. And so Timo, he is here, and I'm going to add him to today's stream. So here it is. Give me 1 second. Boy, they don't want to play right tonight. So we're going to get this party started right now, you all. So while we're getting into this party started, let me know in the comments section that you can see me and that you can hear me. And then we'll greatly appreciate that. All right, here we go. Let's unlock this. Give me 1 second. Un momento. So I'm about to bring in Tim. Now you got to scoot back.
Now my head too big, huh? Scoot back.
All right, y'all. There he is, y'all. That is Timo in the house, waiting for you all. Go ahead, brother.
Man, appreciate it, bro. Man, first of all, let me apologize for the technology issues, but hey, it's always a ram in the bush. My friend, my brother, my pastor, coming through as usual, helping us out here tonight. So we turn these other phones off. That feedback here. All right. That's better there. Still hear echo. Yeah, but once again, thank you all for joining. And y'all hear that feedback? I know I hear it. There it is. It's going now. Well, thank you all once again. I'm trying to get it shared again, so give us a few moments. Thank you all once again for joining Talk It Over with Timo, where I am the host tonight, and I have my very special guest here tonight. Not a guest to me, but for some of you all, my pastor, my mentor, my friend, my brother, as I stated, my brother from another mother. We're bound by, not by blood, but we're bound by love. So over, say 50 years of friendship, and we're still standing. So I'm not going to hold you all up any longer. I'm trying to wait and give a few more people a chance to get back in. They waited so patiently. Thank you all for your patience, and thank you all for taking the time out today. But we're going to get started, if you all don't mind. So once again, I want to introduce some, present to others. My good friend, my pastor, Clarence Stowers Jr. Come on, give us some hearts, show us some love tonight as we bring him back on the camera when he's ready. We're going to move forward. Don't want to hold you up too much longer. Just want to get into these questions. Got a few questions for him tonight, and I think you're going to be blessed. So tonight, come on, why don't you put your, give us some hearts, some thumbs up for my good friend, my brother, Pastor Clarence Stowers of the Mars Hill Baptist Church of Chicago, better known as Mars Hill Anywhere and Everywhere. So, man, thank you, bro, for joining, man. I appreciate you, man.
Come on, man. I got you, man. I got you, bro.
I know you do. We had each other for a long time and it ain't going nowhere.
Yes, sir. So do me a favor, you all. Before we dive in, want to make sure everything is right. Can you see both of us on the screen? Let me know. Can you see both of us on the screen? Tim, can you see both of us on the screen?
Yes, sir. I see
Let's
both
do it,
of us.
bro. All right. Your party, I'm your guest, man. So
And
take us to the promised land, brother.
okay. Well, we didn't give the introduction, but I just want to give you a few minutes to speak before we go into the questions. If you have anything you want to say or want to mention your book this time, we want to wait to the end. Your
Yeah.
books, because he is an author, ladies and gentlemen. He's
Man.
written several books. So if you want to go ahead, I'll give you a few minutes to share, then we'll dive into the questions.
Oh man, we'll share that all later, man. People came here to talk it over with T Mo, so we want to devote that time, and then at the end, we'll dive into that. So let's give people what they came for.
All right. Glad. Let's roll. As I often say. So we got a few questions for Pastor tonight. Hopefully I know you all want to be blessed. So the first question I have for you tonight is, what's your most vivid memory of your father being there for you?
Wow. Oh man. Wow. That's a great question, and I know time won't permit, and you know how I like to put things in categories, and
Mhm.
from early as a kid to a teenager to college to young adult getting married to pastor. So if I had to pick one, it definitely has to revolve around the issue of man, my dad was old school. When I say old school pastor, old school, every day he wore a suit. Every single day. And coupled with that suit, no matter if it was 90 degrees or 10 degrees, the man wore a suit, a shirt, and a tie, and suspenders and a belt every single day. And I'll never forget this. And it was the moment I played baseball growing up. And because of church duties and convention work and helping other people, he would do his best to make it to my games. And I remember he came to my game, man. It was hot, like yesterday hot in Chicago. It was hot.
Yes,
And
it was.
I'll never forget it, man. He had on a full suit. He used to wear this like Kango type hat. And he had a pipe. He would smoke a pipe. And then he had his suspenders on. He took his jacket off and he had it hanging over his arm. He's smoking the pipe, and he's at the game. He's at the game, and I was shocked. And because of that, he didn't say much while it was at the game. Just puffed on his pipe, and when I would do well or when I would strike out, he would nod his head. But his presence said everything, and it
So,
was in that moment. It was in that moment that I learned that his commitment taught me that love is not always loud,
mm,
that it just shows up. And no matter how busy he was, no matter what the calling was, man, it wasn't loud when he was there, but he was present. And for me, that always taught me that commitment and love is not always loud, that it just shows up.
mm, that's good, man. I'm gonna remember that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember
Well,
that still sticks with me, as a 58-year-old man now.
yes, yes, for sure. Yeah, I pretty much had some of the similar things with my dad. Like you said, my dad and parents couldn't come to the games. So I remember my dad coming to my first baseball game.
Yep.
I was playing semi-pro.
Come on,
He
man.
showed, and I made the All-Star team, and he showed up. And that's why I just told somebody this the other day how important fathers are. People
Man,
try to cut us out, but fathers are very important. Thank God for mothers, but fathers are very important as well. So I
absolutely.
said, I told this gentleman, I said, my father showed up at the All Star game. Bases was loaded. I was up to bat. I just happened to hear his voice. I stepped out, stepped back in. Next pitch, I rocked it to
Come
right
on,
center,
man.
hit a double, dove into second base. And as soon as I stood up and dusted myself up, I heard my dad say, "That's my boy."
Come on, man. Come
Man,
on, man.
man, it just did something to me. It's something
Yeah,
I'll never
man.
forget. And especially as we know, we had great fathers. So I feel you on having those vivid memories that will never go away.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah.
probably changed my life, and because they couldn't come to all of our games, they worked. He pastored the church. My father served as the deacon, so
Come on,
this is
man.
something we all, pastor and I, we came up together, born into the church, and man, our parents. I told Marcy on last week, his dad got most of the men at church jobs at high grade food. And man, it was just the bond they had as men that helped shape
Man.
our lives. And that I think Pastor preached that maybe at someone's funeral not long ago. It's like they don't make them like that anymore.
Not
You
anymore,
know,
man.
and somebody said, "Yes, they do it. It's in you." And your past say, "No, they don't make them like that. They was a little different.
Yeah. Yeah.
They was
Absolutely.
different." Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
man, thank you for sharing that because, man, many of y'all may not know, but Pastor Senior, man, time I talk about him, I get chills because he was, man. As I said with Marcy last week, he was a man's man. Men love to follow him, and
Come on,
man,
man.
and, that's what I said last week that a father is not about what you can do for a child, but it's your presence that's most
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
So, so that's why I try to be present in my children's life, and so have you. And I've been a great example being a father. So that's why I have you on here tonight because you know how it feels. Uh, and man, we're just trying to help people here tonight. So we're gonna keep going because we can stay here all day. But
Yay.
we're gonna keep going. Next question: how has your father's example shaped your view of manhood, fatherhood, and ministry?
Wow. You know, you know, reflecting back on that his commitment taught me about how love isn't always loud. It just shows up. And man,
Mm,
his strength, also showed it wasn't about volume. Even though he was a preacher, he could sing, he could pastor, and he had a booming and commanding voice. But
yeah.
him showing me that the strength of a man, it's not about how loud you are. It's about consistency. It's about
Mm,
responsibility. It's about presence. It's about sacrifice.
yeah.
I watched him work hard, man. I watched him love deeply. I watched him serve faithfully,
Yes, sir.
and he gave us because we were reared as brothers, man. He gave us that blueprint, and I
Yeah.
watch how it's played out with you and Deja and Tim, little Tim. We can't call him little Tim no more.
Right.
And how it is played out with Sydney, man. I mean, I'm watching what he and your dad, president of the choir,
Right.
did. And so he gave us that blueprint and to see how it's played out and how we follow it in our lives. And the biggest part about that and shaping my view of manhood, fatherhood, and I believe you said ministry,
Yes.
um, it starts at home, you know,
Mm.
and it doesn't start on the platform, the pulpit for me, for you two, or the basketball court where you're shaping lives. You basically pastoring those kids, man, and their
Yeah.
families. So
Yeah.
uh, leadership, it starts at home. It doesn't start on the platform.
Mm. Amen. That's true. Showed us that. And one statement I always remember your dad always said, and I never forget this one either.
Yeah.
He said, if a person have to say they the leader, they not the leader.
Come on, man. Come on.
And so many people, like you say, so many people want to be loud when it doesn't take all that.
Yeah.
And so that's one valuable lesson I learned from. So you got to be the leader. You
Yeah,
got to
man.
tell everybody you're the leader. You not 9 times out of 10, you're not the leader.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so I get that, about being loud. And man,
absolutely, bro.
he was such a blessing to us. Mention him all the time. I think about him often. And man, how he's helped shape my life as well. Me and Marcy talked about that a little bit last week as well.
Yeah,
But man, I want to have you all on here for Father's Day because you all experienced of having a great father that's gone too soon, like some of us.
man.
And we
62,
often,
bro.
yeah, man, and we often say a lot of people could have went first. It was left up to us. Put them in the front of the line, but
Absolutely.
God knows best. But man. I'm just grateful to just be part of the legacy, man. Just like you said, just the memories of your dad and things he poured into us. Just the little talks we had in the office that we can still remember today. And that was 20, 30 years ago. Still remember it like it was yesterday. And so I'm just grateful. So all right, we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep moving. Hopefully you all giving us some hearts and some thumbs up. If you leave some comments in the comment section, we'll come back and look at them. You can answer
Absolutely.
any questions. We will. All right.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. The next question I have is, what are the hardest parts about being a son, and
Oh, man.
specifically a pastor's son? And just talk about, if you can, the pressure, the expectations, the emotions that comes along with that.
Ah, man, you hitting heavy tonight, brother. Jeez.
Man, you got it.
Man,
You got this.
man, the hardest part about this, and my mind is racing because I can go in so many directions, man. The hardest part about being a son, a pastor's son, is the pressure to be perfect is real.
Mm,
Um, Especially
yeah.
when people treat your last name like a spotlight.
Wow.
And you grow up fast when
Yeah.
you're in the front row of a pastor's life. People
Mm,
tend to forget that you're still learning, you're still growing, you're still human. I
yes.
remember when my dad got sick, and I know we'll get that a little bit later, but they covered his chair for 30 days.
Hmm.
And then we did the unveiling, and then I was installed as pastor. And there was no time to grieve, there was no time to rest, no time to take off, no time to just kind of process what happened. And so people forget, man, you're still learning, you're still growing, you're still human.
Yeah.
And the hardest part in all of that was trying to be obedient to the
Sure.
call while trying to navigate that my dad just died at 62.
Yes, sir.
So there were these expectations from the church family, from the leadership, from everywhere. And those expectations can crush you, man, if you don't know who you are.
Mm.
So that
Yes, sir.
was one of the most difficult, times of my life in understanding that. And people don't forget, my mom and my dad made me. So there's a
Mm.
lot of him in me and a lot of her in me, but they were expecting all of him
Yeah.
and none
That's
of her.
good.
And so
Wow.
these expectations, thank God I didn't allow them to crush me. And I kind of had a good sense, he kind of prepared me for that moment as he was transitioning.
Okay. Wow. Man. Powerful, man. Thanks for sharing that. And man, that's so true. And I've mentioned that several times, how as I watch you grow into a great pastor, great leader, and just I tell people that often. He has his mama's side, he has his daddy's side. You don't want to see his daddy side. Let him stay on his mama side. But man, that's man, you followed it to the T, man. Whatever they poured into you, man, you
Yeah,
blessed so many. And that's just the honest truth, man. I tell you all the time, it's not because you're my friend, my brother, but man, you shown great leadership. Been a friend, been a brother. Like you said, man, sure it's been hard, people not giving you that space to grieve. And I watched it. Like,
yeah,
man,
man.
this man doesn't agree, but and we talked about it before. I could be transparent. I came in, I was in his office one day. I went in his office crying. He know I cry in a minute. And I'm like, man, how people expect you to to lead and grieve at the same time? You leading while you bleed.
All
And
over
I'm
the
like
place.
all over the place, and some people don't care. And
They
that's
don't.
something I've
They
learned to
don't.
deal with. I'm just learning to deal with it, but you know, and I told our small group one day, it's like, man, can I just? I think I asked Pat. I think I asked you one day. I say, man, can I just go around and slap a few people? I don't know if you remember that. He's like, he said, what you go do? Just slap everybody? I said, well, I can try.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I'm like, man, people don't have a heart, but
Oh
it's the
man.
nature, as we found out, it's the nature of leadership. And
Yeah,
then what our parents poured into us. If we're gonna be like Jesus, we got to love the way Jesus loved. So that's the hard lesson I had to learn, and I got it now.
man.
But you have to love people with the love of God. And one thing I've learned from you is, man, you put it the right way. When it's a problem, those are God's people. God had to deal with his people. And you just have to do what you've been called to do. So that was a valuable lesson to me that I take with me daily. And man, like as I stated earlier, man, we just blessed to have fathers, man. Many people I grew up with never had two parents in the home. Where I'm coming from Inglewood,
Yeah.
guys, maybe two or three of us out of our whole crew uh, had two parent homes. Some of them had to raise themselves. So they told one, a few guys told us at one funeral we attended, like, we was jealous of y'all. Y'all had two parents in the household. And man, I just felt sad because man, but now I realize how blessed we are to have two parents. First of all, God fearing parents, and then parents that treat you right and teach you right. Our
Mm.
parents taught us right. Our parents didn't lie for us, especially our mothers. Our
Come
mothers
on,
didn't
man.
play. Our mothers would not lie on you. He's like, I ain't here. Hold on, baby. He right here. I was like, hold on, ma. I don't want to talk to her.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they wouldn't lie for you. None of that. But they taught us the right way. And that's what I thank God. As you say, you watch me, I watch you as well. Instill those same principles into your children and your family. That's what we plan to continue doing. So I'm just grateful to go back to having great fathers, man, because it meant a lot. They was tough.
Absolutely.
Wrong, they didn't play, but it shaped us to where we are today. So I just wish some of the laws to change so we can go back to some of the stuff they did because they should be locked up for child abuse by
Come
now.
on, man. Absolutely.
But that's a whole nother show because our
Yeah.
parents got us in church, out of
Yeah.
church.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wherever we acted up at, that's where they showed up.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we're gonna keep moving here. A few more questions, then we're gonna let everybody get back because I know we started a little late. But next question I have for you, bro, is if your dad could hear one thing from you today, what would it be?
If he could hear one thing from me today,
Yes, what would it be?
um, about him or about me.
Either or.
Okay. You know, I would tell my dad, and because he was so many things to so many people,
Hmm.
and because he was so many things to so many people, he did his best to try to make sure that we grew up and lived a normal life.
Hmm.
And in the midst of that, because so many people pull on you as a pastor for so many things and then pull you in so many directions, man.
Mm,
If he were here today, I would tell him, you are enough. You are enough.
mm.
You are enough.
Wow.
And even with your
Wow.
flaws, you
Yeah.
gave me, my sisters, something solid to stand on. And
Mm.
and, and for that, I honor you. Um,
That's good.
and I'm still standing here because of you, because you never quit. And
Mm.
and when I think about that, and the last few words that he did say to me as he was making his transition, and we were going in one by one, I never forget
Mm.
this one. And this might be the first time when you hear me say certain quotes
Mm-hmm.
of where they came from, because I don't think I've ever shared this before. And he would say three things he said to me, and mind you, he's laying in the bed, speaking with a whisper. I had to get on my knees to bring my ear
Mm.
close enough to hear what he was trying to say. And
Mm.
he said that he said forever forever always ends, meaning that nothing lasts forever.
Mm.
And he would say everything, and he said, I don't want you to miss this. And whatever little strength that he had left, he was squeezing my wrist. And he
Mm.
said that man, everything has an expiration date, everything.
Wow.
And
Mm.
forever is always. And because everything has an expiration date, he says, man, he said, be famous where it matters.
Mm. Yes, sir.
And but one
Mm.
of the things that he did before he passed on, he took a trip to go back to Tennessee to see it for the last time, and he wouldn't say much. He would just stare,
Mm.
and I knew that he was taking in, for the last time, the place of his birth and things of that sort. And he said it again, man, be famous where it matters. He said,
Wow.
because loyalty has an expiration date. And he
Mm.
said that, and man, and I just didn't realize this until, a few years ago, 2020, around that time. He says that people who was once familiar will become strangers
Wow.
overnight.
Mm.
He says,
Wow.
so be famous where it matters. And I'm sitting there like, what are you talking about? He was like, you know, what does that mean? He's like, do the things, like love your wife in front of your kids,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
make sure that when they're grown and gone, that they still want to be around you. Be famous where it matters, man. And I knew he was saying that from a place of, he may have placed a lot of emphasis on pastoring and other people and convention work, etc. And those are the things that he didn't want passed on to me. He wanted me to be famous where it mattered.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's powerful, man.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Yeah. That's something man, live for, especially at this age. You can see it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
And those
man, be
same and
famous.
those same folks that he's talking about
Yeah.
who became strangers overnight,
Mm.
they still owe my father money they borrowed, and I'd like to get it back.
I know that's right. You know. Sending them people to your dump. Man, you hit on the head, man. Valuable lessons, man.
Yeah,
And
bro. Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
that's
Love,
something
love,
I'm
love your
trying.
wife in front of your kids. Love your wife
Man,
in front of your
yeah,
kids.
yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah.
That's something. That's one of my practices now, daily.
Yeah, man.
I try to do the same. Be famous at home.
Be famous
But
where it matters, brother. Because
yeah, that's good.
people who will, I'm gonna say it one last time, and maybe somebody gonna type it in the comments.
Yeah, man.
People who were once familiar
Mm.
will become strangers overnight. And he
Wow.
said, because every decision you make as a leader, it earns the favor of some and the disfavor of others.
Mm.
And everybody love you when you're making choices that benefit them.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's the truth. That's good, man. Man, that's worth a copay right there, boy.
Yeah. That's CE Store Senior, brother.
No, that's right. He used to drop them bombs.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
Man,
did.
I love it, man. And man, it's just, man, great to hear, man, those conversations, man, just remembering the conversations we had. And I remember that same conversation I had with my dad. Well, I won't say the conversation. It was at his funeral. The last, as I stood at the casket, man, that's the last thing I said was, "You did good."
Man.
And just knowing, man, what they went through to get us to where we were, and the stuff they went through to fight for everything that they had. And man, it just, I that's the last thing I could say standing at the casket. You did good, pops. That's the last thing I said up there. And man, and as you see it today, man, these men, man, they was different. They, like you said, they cared about their family. They love God. They love ministry, but they love their family.
Come on,
And they
man.
showed. And they
Yeah.
showed it, man.
Yeah.
And so, as I said last week, I told Mars, I said our parents uh, were not perfect. They was present,
Man.
and that means a lot, man. Because I don't care what our parents did. They worked these hours. They When they came home, they made sure we had what we needed, and we wasn't rich at all. But they made us think we was rich. People on our block was jealous. I'm like, man, I don't even have I got one pair of shoes with a hole in it.
Yeah,
You
man.
jealous of me?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. But they never knew that you was POE.
I didn't
Like,
even
man,
know.
exactly. We didn't know, man. And that's one thing my mother's like, man, just because we live over here don't mean you have to act like you from here.
Come on, man.
And
Come
so
on.
that always stuck with me, man. Just like I said, the example your dad gave us, man, in church. And I go back to the whooping he gave us for playing church. That's a whooping. He whooped me one time, and I ain't forgot it yet.
Man. You and me both,
Man,
bro.
boy, they didn't play with us, man. But thank God for it, man.
Yeah.
It helped shape us who we are today, and I'm grateful for real.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, next question I have, man. I got like
Talk
two
to me.
more questions. We're gonna let you get back to your busy night
All
or,
right.
or enjoying the wife. Well, what advice would you give to a father raising a son in today's world?
Oh my God. Man, if my kids, well, if my children were on this stream, man, and they always know you're gonna get a sermon, brother. You, and
Yes, sir.
they'll and when they don't want one, they'll say, "Nah, Dad, I just want some advice. I don't want a sermon. I don't want
Right,
three.
right.
I don't want 3 points in the close. So just give it to me, meat and potatoes." So what advice would I give to a father raising his son? And
Yes,
this is
sir.
what I tried my best to live by, and that is
Okay.
be the man you want him to become.
Mm, yeah, that's
You know, you
good.
know they they're not listening to the lectures. They
Hmm.
they basically watching the life, how we live.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And because as a father you want to live that life and be the man you want to become, you know, I had to show him how to fail in grace, man. One of the things that I
Sure.
never heard my father never heard my father do is apologize
Mm.
for a mistake.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
maybe it was a part of that culture. I don't know. But one of the things I know when I mess up as a father is, man, apologize. Let them know it's okay for
Yeah.
a man to apologize, and let them see that you're not so perfect,
Mm.
and that's failing with grace. And that just strengthens the bond. I mean, texting with my children every single day, talking either through life or through laughter or what have you. And then, I would advise them how to lead with courage. And
Yeah.
courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is that ability to move ahead in spite of your
Yeah.
fear. And there are going to come
Mm-hmm.
some moments where you're afraid, some moments where you're not familiar with the surrounding. But man, move ahead with that courage, and then show them how to love without fear. That goes back to when we talked about seeing them, let them seeing you loving your wife in person, and how to
Mm-hmm.
love without fear and what that looks like and what that means. And so you model that strength, by hugging them, by praying with them, and letting them see the whole gamut of emotion. And
Yeah.
I think that kind of gives them a healthy balance that dad is not perfect, that it's okay to fail, that it's okay to be afraid, but yet I saw him apologize when he was wrong, and I saw him uh, face unknown situations. Like, the last one we made the transition post COVID, all of my
Yeah.
kids saw the weight that had,
Yeah.
and the weight that I carried with that. And
Mm.
because you famous at home, where it matters, man, I got some of the best words of encouragement
Mm.
during that time from all three of my
Yeah.
kids.
Wow. Yeah, man. That's awesome. That's a blessing, man. To be able to do that and just share what your father poured into you and pour back into them. And that's the,
Absolutely.
I was the late bloomer. I had kids last. I was the one the last of our crew to get married. I
Yeah,
was
man.
trying to hold on. But man, I learned some valuable lessons by just watching, man, watching you how you raise your boys, man. It's built over to how I end up raising mine, my
Yeah,
son and daughter. So that's why I talk about your leadership all the time, and just watching you, you know, walk the way what you taught,
yeah,
then you, and then it's all how you changed in several ways once your
yeah,
family, once you became the family man and the pastor. So, man, that was a great learning lesson
yeah. For
for
all of
me as
us, yeah,
well.
man.
And then I remember one time you even told me before my kid, I think kids probably when they were born yet, or maybe younger, but you told me you have to allow your kids to fail. You can't bail them out of everything. So that was a valuable lesson I learned.
And it
My
hurts,
kids every
man.
day.
It
It hurts,
hurts.
but that tough love,
Yeah,
man, is what's needed today. You bail them out of everything. And I tell mine now, I tell my bonus son as well. What you gonna do when we go? We try to prepare you for what's for life after us.
yeah.
Because when we gone, people ain't gonna be so nice. People ain't gonna help you. You got to figure this out. Sometimes you have to figure it out by yourself.
You tell them that right there. People who were once familiar
Yeah,
will become strangers
we'll become
overnight
strangers.
when it no
Over,
longer benefits them.
man, I know that's right. I should have learned that lesson
Man,
a long time ago when one of my friends or associates, I don't hold that word loosely no more. Well, one of my associates, I was hungry, hanging out with him, couldn't get in the house, locked up. Hopefully he ain't watching the. Hopefully he's not watching this episode, but hopefully he is. But man, I was starving, man. I'm out. My mom at work, she works second shift. My dad He was worked 18 hours a day and then went to church. So I'm at home without no key, no food, no money in my pocket. He's eating a gyro cheeseburger in front of me.
Come on,
I say,
man.
hey man, I'm starving, man. I can't get in the house at least till 10:30 tonight. And he said these words just like this. He said, no. Man, said it just like that. I said, man, I can't get a piece of that. He said, no. I'm like, you my friend. I'm out here starving. And that was a lesson I learned, boy. Never to leave home without no money. That's a lesson I teach my kids every day. You need your own money. You need your own transportation. You need your own stuff. Because then you make your own decision. But as long as somebody else can make that decision for you, you'll starve.
You preaching,
And
brother.
I almost did. And to this day, I haven't forgotten. That was probably was like 40 years ago. But yeah, man. So those are, man, great memories that we have to share with our kids, man. They appreciate it later. I have my daughter come back and tell me thank you, and my son as well. Dad, thank you for teaching us that. Thank you for doing this, saying that. So
Yeah.
only thing we is what was passed down to us, and some stuff they didn't do well, but we
Right.
learned and we try to do it better.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell my kids, I'm gonna tell you what not to do. I'm not this perfect person, and I don't even want to go there. But I was told, I went through a divorce, so I'm not, I'm always transparent. And I was told, how was I gonna help people? And my stuff messed up. And I told her, I said these words. I said, first of all, you remember the commercial. You could learn a lot from a dummy. and, and then I said, I can at least tell people what not to do. So
Oh man.
I tell people now, even in counseling, I say,
Yeah.
only thing I can do, I can tell you what the word of God say, and I can tell you what not to do, and I can share my experiences.
Come on, man.
And so that's how I try to share when I'm sharing with people. I'm not trying to be the perfect person. I'm finna sugarcoat it and tell you, nah, here's the real deal. Now, back
Absolutely.
in the day, you might have, but now, no. At this point in my life, no. This is how it is. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Be transparent. I'm gonna share.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, that's my famous line, bro. You can learn a lot from a dummy.
Raise my hand. Yep. I've done some dumb stuff.
Yep. But what's your line? But thank God I'm not what I did. Thank you, Jesus.
Yes, Lord.
All right, final question, man. Final question for the night is: what words of encouragement will you give to a son who is missing his father, especially around Father's Day? Yeah.
Words of
Let me repeat.
encouragement.
Yep.
Missing his father.
Yep. Especially around Father's Day.
Okay. Grieve, grieve fully,
Mm. Wow.
but don't stop living.
Mm.
You grieve it.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Mhm.
talking about the kind of grief I did. I did quick grief or suppressed grief. And
Yeah.
it probably damaged me in ways that I probably didn't understand or even probably until today because I didn't grieve fully.
Yeah.
But don't stop living. Don't lock yourself off from life and don't let life kill the passion. And then carry his name with honor. That's what I try to do every day. Because
Mm.
that store's name is a spotlight. And because of it, hey, I got to carry his name with honor
Yes,
and
sir.
then, allow that to make him proud, how I stand, how I speak, how I show up. And because of that, I can continue to honor his legacy because he may be gone,
Hmm.
and but the seeds he planted in you are still growing.
Yeah, man. Thanks for sharing that, man. That words of encouragement.
Absolutely.
Because it's tough. We don't know how it's gonna be Father's Day. I got messed up for Mother's Day,
It's tough,
so I
man.
think you never know how it's coming. Grief
Yeah.
is grief is sticky, and we try to embrace it as it comes. But
Yeah.
as you said on one of the episodes, grief is forever. It's not
Yeah.
going anywhere.
It's not.
But we learn to embrace it as it comes. So this Father's Day, which is coming up this Sunday, that's why I wanted to have you on right before Father's Day. Uh, man, just to talk about the memories and the good times, the laughter. And if you can, last thing, man, just give us one of the funniest things your dad may have said to you. One of the funniest things, if not that you heard anything he heard him say, one of the funniest.
Just one.
Just one, man. Just one tonight.
Oh my God. Man, man, my pops was funny. Funny without trying to be funny.
Yeah,
And my dad stuttered, right? So
man.
I believe God uniquely gifted me to make him stutter. Because, I would
Oh,
do
wow.
stuff and say stuff so I can get him to stutter so I can laugh. That was just, one of the things that I did. Man, one of the funniest things when I would do something, or my sisters, they
Yeah.
would do something that he couldn't see the logic behind it. He
Okay.
had a famous word, man. I don't know if this is a word that's appropriate now, but he would stutter. What? And then he would say, "Boy, what is you ill-informed or something?"
Illinois, yeah, that's the word. I remember that one.
I said, "What did you ill what?" Like a mixtape, right? I would do this, right? Man,
You're
he would get
right,
so
man.
mad at me, man. Oh my God.
Wow, man, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh yeah, he had some funny sayings, man. He kept us laughing.
Oh man, he was hilarious, man. Hilarious.
Great man. I actually thought about him today. We had a fun day at our school today, so I had to grill a little bit for the
Yeah.
for the school today. And man, this lady walked up, man. I saw her putting relish on her hamburger. And I thought about Pops.
Oh man, let me tell this one real quick, man. Oh my God, let me tell this one before we leave. So
All right.
we on a road trip, right? And that was one of the highlights. You remember them days we used to, after broadcast, we would get in the car and go to White Castle. So,
Yeah.
man, we were on the road, and I'll never forget this, man. We went into Wendy's restaurant, right?
Yeah.
So everybody's doing their order. He's standing with his hands behind his back. Mind you, he got on suit pants, a belt, suspenders, with
All
the
right.
Kango hat, with the pipe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he like, I would like a number one cheeseburger, and could you put some relish on it? I'm like, man, they don't have relish at Wendy's. Like, relish?
Ah,
Oh, he was a trip,
man.
man. That man was
Oh yeah.
hilarious.
Man. They kept us laughing, man. That's and that's what we try to keep going, man. That's what gets us through those tough times. That's remembering those good memories, those
Yeah,
fun and fun memories, man. It'll keep us going, man. So
yeah.
um, yeah, but I'm not gonna hold you all too much longer. Just want to join in and thank you, Pastor, for joining us, taking the time to come out tonight and help us on the technology side.
Man, I got you, man.
I know, I appreciate it. I
Got you, bro.
appreciate it, man. That you do, and I appreciate it, man. And man, thank God for the gifts that He's given you.
Yeah,
And one thing about you, man, that you don't mind sharing it with others. That's one thing I do know about you, man. You share anything that you have, man, to help people get better. And that's one thing I've watched you do, man. Even
yeah.
people that I'm like, I almost cussed. Even though people that I'm like, man, you helping him? But that's the love of Christ, man. That's what God expect us to do, man. So you've been that model, man, for me. I can't speak for nobody else, man.
Thank you,
And
brother.
that's been blessed to be serving with you, man. And I don't call you my brother. I call you my covenant brother.
That's right, brother.
So God placed us together from day one, and man, I don't mean I just stopped counting years now. Then I don't want to tell our age either.
Yeah, man.
But man, I always tell people I think we've been friends as long as we can probably talk and walk. But
Come on now.
so it's a blessing, man, because many people don't have that privilege.
They don't.
So I'm blessed and honored, man. And I share often, man. I put you up against anybody, any pastor. I know somebody now.
Thank
You
you,
want
bro. I
to get
appreciate that,
away,
man.
dissected and broke down and simplified. He's the man. So man, but seriously, man, I appreciate you, man. All you've done, been a part of my family, my life, man. You've done
Hmm.
been a tremendous friend, pastor, man. Pray God continue to do so for many, many more years to come, man. I just, as I say all the time, people think I just be posting stuff. When I say I'm a blessed man, I'm a blessed man.
Come on
I
now.
got a loving wife, loving kids,
Yeah,
loving friends, and man, so I'm blessed, man. So now, most of my family, uh, a lot of my family's gone. And my aunt Dorothy, which I call her my auntie mama, Deacon Bound, that's my pops. And they still hanging on at 89 years old. They still doing well, still cooking me meals.
yeah, man.
So I'm blessed. Out of all that I lost, I still gained a lot. So I'm blessed, man, to be a part of your dad's legacy, man, and just being able to serve with you, man. Man, it speaks volume of what your dad poured into you, your mom, man. I talk about her
Amen.
all the time as well, man. And
Yeah,
so, man, it means so much to me, my
yeah,
life. So, man. So I just appreciate the bond that God blessed us with, man. I pray that God continue to strengthen
yeah.
you and keep you healthy, keep you strong,
Amen.
and keep allow you to do what you do to
I receive it.
reach the world. I told y'all it's Mars Hill everywhere, anywhere. That's
Yep.
right. So, man, if you all enjoyed this, man, give us some hearts and share this podcast, man. And thank God for the man of God for stepping in tonight. Hit the
Absolutely.
devil over the head. He thought he had us, but always a ram in the bush.
That's right.
So, man, yeah, man. Anything last words you want to share?
Um, Two things. Number one, today is my mom's birthday, so
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
it's bittersweet for us, and my siblings and I, as well as others who impacted our lives. But nevertheless, the legacy still lives on. And for those of you who are navigating Father's Day, Mother's Day, be present. Just be present. Be present. And then allow that moment to be maximized by your presence.
Mm, nice. Yes, sir. Thank you, man, for sharing that. Most definitely praying for you all during this time. It can be tough, but man, always remember what she poured out into you, and we can see fruit of her
Yeah,
labor. And
yeah,
man, that's one of my favorite people, man. And
yeah.
I tell people all the time as I come to work, man, and Cindy will be like, "Hey, Margaret in the office waiting for you," and she'll say, I want to talk to you for about a few minutes," and look up it's lunchtime. But man, just the knowledge she would pour out, man, that's something I will never forget, man. Man, she was a woman of God, woman
Yeah,
of faith, woman of prayer, man, that
she
helped
was.
shape my life as well, man. Even when she tried to pick our afros out.
The blowout.
Right, the blowout. This is it.
Now we ain't got none.
Right. But
Oh
man, grateful
man.
for them times, man. But once again, man, thank you, man. Thank you, First Lady, man. Always looking out. She told you to get away from the screen. You too close.
Scoop back.
Ah, that's my First Lady, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate my sister as well, man.
Yeah.
Thank you all for the love and support you always giving to me and my family, man. We love
Yeah.
you all, man. And look forward to the next time. So those of you that joined us tonight, we thank you for taking out time in your busy
Appreciate it.
schedule. You patient with us tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You pivoted with us, and we just say thank you tonight. So share this with somebody. Hopefully, it can help somebody get through this Father's Day on Sunday. Those that may not hear from somebody, we just want to say Happy Father's Day to
Yeah.
you. And you got some brothers out here that love you and care about you. So need somebody to talk to. We're here. And last thing, Pastor, you want to share your book information? Anything you want to share before we get out of here?
Oh, sure thing. Two things. Number one, thank God, like you said, we had a ram in the bush. This has been recorded, so I can give this recording to you. So if you wanted
Okay.
to replay it or do it for your YouTube channel and all of that, you'll
Yeah,
have it, for your own
please.
personal use. So I got you covered on that.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate it.
yeah, yep. And then yeah, I'm on Amazon. I wrote 3 books. Matter of fact, I got
Mm.
2 of them right here. Ah!
Yes.
It's on Amazon. Rebel to Renewal, the Nehemiah Strategy for Modern Time. That's
Yeah.
the other one. There it is.
Yeah.
Finding Joy Despite Life's Hardships.
Yes,
I
sir.
have that one in Bold Prayers. I don't have any more copies of that one, but they're all on Amazon. And man, type it in there, search my name, and I appreciate you, and all of the support that you have. And that would be a great thing to do. So yeah. And that's it.
Yep.
He has it
Here's the
right
other
there.
one. There's the other one.
Bold prayers,
Prayer.
baby. How to pray with confidence and expectation. So
Yes,
any
sir.
support, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Let's go and support our brother, man. Appreciate you once again, man. We pray you
Anytime,
have a
man.
good pray you get through this night, this day. As you think about your mom, may God give you that just comfort your heart, give you that peace and
Thank you,
just
bro.
those great memories that continue laughing and smiling and carry out the legacy, man. So look forward to talking to you soon, man.
Absolutely,
Everybody, you
man.
all have a good night. Once again, thank you for your help, man. But man, appreciate you, bro. Love you, man.
Love you too, man. Thank you, man.
All right, you welcome, man. We'll see you all. If you all don't have a church, you all know where to go. Online or in person, Mars Hill Baptist Church of Chicago, Mars Hill, anywhere. Meet us on this Sunday, Father's Day. You can
Yes.
join us. So come on out. If not, join us online. All right. All right, bro. We will get out of here.
Thank you, bro. Y'all take
Thank
care.
you, man. You do the
Blessings on
same.
you all. Peace.
Hey, yeah.
That's a wrap for Talk It Over with Timo, but we're just getting started. Tune in next week where we go even deeper with more insight, more stories, and more real talk. Don't miss it. Subscribe, share, and stay locked in. Thank you for joining. See you next week on Talk It Over with Timo.